We're on now.
Guess whose voice that was? None other than Andy Jacobs. No, the other one. It's only Gerard Butler. He's in the studio with us, everyone. Welcome to talkSPORT, Gerard Butler.
Hey.
You were born and brought up in Paisley, but lifelong Celtic fan, right?
No, not lifelong, actually. I spent the first 8 years of my life supporting St Mirren, who are the Paisley team, who I think just beat Celtic, actually. But then, when I was about 8, I decided to get a life of my own and break away from my older brother and said, I can do my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I started supporting Celtic, which, I hate to say it, but was a much more fun prospect.
Glory hunter. You.
No, by the way, can I say something? That year that I started supporting them, all these games had been postponed. They were actually something like number 6 in the league because they kept getting... But they had a few games in hand, but they were way down the league at that point. So that's what I'm saying anyway. I'm sticking to it.
You were saying in the break that you played for them at some level?
Yeah, but not because of my talent, more because of my fame.
Fair enough.
I played. It was just last year I played, and it was a testimonial. And it was so it was Celtic against Manchester United. I can't even tell you. It was. I've now done maybe 100 premieres, maybe more.
Yeah,
and that was the high point of my life. It's amazing because that's what you grew up with. That's you go to all these games when you're a kid. You have all the whole Celtic Rangers thing, and suddenly you're on that park. You're at Parkhead, and there's 60,000 fans there. And my whole family came, and even other fans who are friends of mine said it was the most fun game they ever went to, just because there was something about it, just seeing Man United there. And
was it a mix of old pros and stars and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
So you're out there with your heroes, presumably the ones that you watched growing up, and
yeah. Well, it was a lot of the team from like the 2003. I remember when Celtic got through to the semi-finals, and Roy Keane was on the field, and
wow,
he was right in the centre of everything. Just watching him play, you just make it look so easy, and then you try and do it, and you go, oh no, it's not actually that easy at all.
What about out in LA, where you're usually based? Do you play much out there? Did you see much of David Beckham when he was living out there?
Yeah, I saw David. I went to the last game when they won the
league. Yeah,
the league. Yeah. And I hung out with David a few times. And the funny thing is, after he won the league, I came to London, went out to a restaurant. He was in the same restaurant, and he just moved back. But no, David's a great guy. And I play because I also just made a movie where I was a football player in it. So
really? That hasn't come out yet?
It probably did, just nobody saw it. But it was called Playing for Keeps. It's actually a very sweet movie, but just the worst title ever. But it's it was and I play an ex-professional football player in it who actually played for Celtic. And
did you write this film yourself?
I did. I went. Well, I had a choice. I'm like, I didn't write it myself, but I thought, look, if you want to go through my history, so you know what we did? I went into a studio and played a bunch of football. And then they put it into actual games. So they had me scoring for Celtic.
So they had you on green screen and they dropped you in?
Yeah, and they dropped me in and they had me scoring for Liverpool. And I tell you, when I watched the movie, I'm like, I think I actually did that. That really feels like I did that.
It's a very interesting thing, because one of the main problems over the years of football movies is the football. It's really hard to reproduce football, isn't it, on screen? So that sounds brilliant.
It's the second movie. I made another movie about the US football team that played in the World Cup in Brazil in the 1950s. In fact, they beat England 1-0.
Belo Horizonte.
Belo Horizonte, exactly. And I played the captain of the US team. And I tell you, that was hilarious, playing in Brazil. And it's actually Phil Menese's ground. And when I first walked in, I had the flamenco top on, and they wouldn't let me in. I had to take my top off and walk in topless because I was wearing flamenco's.
You had to go skins.
I had to go skins. I'm like, are you kidding me? I wasn't trying to have a big ego, but I'm like, I'm the lead in this movie. With all this camera crew going in, that's my movie. And they're like, don't care, get it off.
You got to respect them for it. As much as it may have inconvenienced you. I like that. Yeah. And what about, have you spread the Celtic word out there in LA? Have you got any other like movie stars, Americans into the beautiful game or into your favourite team?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, he loves
No, I'm joking. But did you see that? Did you see that?
He's a big QPR fan, I believe.
Well, we have a photo of him right now with a Celtic top on, saying that he's a big Celtic fan.
Any hooped team, then.
I just think he really likes the grass there. It's beautiful grass.
That could be it. That could be it.
And you played in the UNICEF game as well, which again must have been a great buzz.
Oh my God, that was 75,000 people. And I was saying, Kenny Dalglish managed the team, and what's cool is he's a friend of my cousin's, and he called me on my 13th birthday out of the blue, and it was one of the most, to this day, it's still one of the most exciting memories I have was Kenny Dalglish calling me. So now he's suddenly managing the team, and
Did you know he was going to call, or you picked up the phone?
I had no idea.
Idea.
I grew up on a council estate. I mean, the fact that my cousin even knew him was a huge deal. So when I'm just sitting watching television, and my mum comes in and says, "Jenny, it's Kenny Dalglish on the phone."
Oh no, you must have thought it was a wind-up.
I thought it was a wind-up.
And
it was, it was very bizarre. But anyway, that was very, very cool of him to do that. But that game was incredible. It was like a rock concert there because there was a lot of families and kids. And anytime you got the ball, they start. Well, not just me. Anybody got the ball, they start screaming. But I thought I was going to die after 10 minutes. Just the adrenaline.
I always think when I watch those games, how do you feel if there's a bit of a 50-50 ball and you're up against, let's say, a Roy or just a pro?
Yeah.
What goes through your mind? Do you think, am I actually going to go for this, or am I just going to lose face and step aside?
No, I think I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to go for it, and I know I'm going to look like a fool. It's like I'm not going to back out, but I know I'm probably going to get outplayed. So,
just before you leave, you're a film star who's played a bit of football. David Beckham is a footballer who may be retiring soon and has talked about going into acting. You know the bloke. Can he do it?
What a question!
No, I think he could. He looks more like a movie star than I do. I'll tell you that. And that's half the battle. I mean, I can't act for shit. So I mean,
we have to apologise for Gerard's language there. But
sorry.
Right, Olympus has fallen. Comes out on 17th of April. Eddie here, at least, is very, very enthusiastic about the whole thing, and it sounds fantastic to us. It's been a pleasure having you here in the studio. Thanks for sticking around, Gerard, and best of luck with the movie and to Celtic.
Yes. Come on, you Celts!
There you go. Perfect. The time is 3:53. We're coming up to the top of the hour, but still a bit more to come before the end of the show. Listening to Sam Delaney and Andy Jacobs right here on talkSPORT.
Derek's on the Wirral. Where are you going, Derek?
Hello.
Hi, Derek.
Hi, Derek. Hi.
No, I'm Derek. No, you're Derek.
I'm
Mike.
Derek as well.
You got me confused now.
Derek.
Yeah. No.
Yes, we have the shirt of banner, but you're sure you want it because we have different good players like Quagliarella or Vucinic, but you want banner, you sure?
Oh, no, I want it. Yeah, I'm sure I want Nicholas Bentner's shirt. Yeah, that'd be great.